Hi and welcome. I'm Angela, and I wanted to try this live thing because I'm doing a topic on the purpose of life. And I'm weaving together some of the pieces that I'm going to be sharing with Dance with Angela in several different videos. I'm going to be doing like a blog about the Elixir of Life. And my name, my dance name or coach name or author name is Ambrosia, Angela Ambrosia. And what I started exploring as the elixir of life from very early on when I was in the 80s dancing in my home studio, which I call bedroom studios. And I was, I don't know, 7 when I started, but later on in the 80s, I really went deep into the new romantic expression of the elixir of life. And I was obsessed with Greek myth. So this journey about the elixir of life started from very early on dancing to ABBA, but evolved into this discovery of what is that thing I connected to in dance and the elixir of life when I started to experience it as I was dancing. So I would have experiences on the dance floor where I felt this energy body bubble up. And then some of you know that I did Sufi movement, and I had experiences when I was dancing in the Sufi movement with my heart energy bubbling up. So I'm going to explore this because there's this fascinating union between the Western traditions of Ambrosia, which come from the Greek, and the Greek traditions called this elixir of life Ambrosia as well, food of the gods, and the Eastern traditions, which call or discuss or share Amrita, the divine nectar, which is a specific understanding of how the Kundalini energies work. So in the Greek, we have a lot of esoteric work that comes from Ambrosia. It's not really well documented, but they used it in the Eleusian Mysteries, which was my obsession for a while when I was growing up and studying Greek myth. And it's more done through the images of the gods in the Greek gods, which then came to the Roman gods. And we've handed that down through our understanding through the Western astrology. The dance traditions, if there's anyone out there that knows more about the Greek esoteric practices of dance and the Eleusian Mysteries, please reach out to me because I sort of more discovered it through dancing. If any of you have done any of the sort of gypsy dances, my teacher, Melanie Lajoie, brought me into some of the gypsy dances where you express some of the movements around the body and up to express that celebration. That's connected to some of those older dances and some Greek dancing. When you do it collectively, you experience it, the feeling of being one and the sense of us all being connected by this divine joy. So I wanted to share a bit about the Eastern tradition because I have a little bit more about Amrita and how it's connected to our Kundalini. But the Western traditions and the food of the gods and the purpose of life is also there in a lot of the Eleusian mysteries. But people are at this stage researching the Eleusian mysteries. They're saying that psychedelics were used. It's not actually only what was used. It wasn't, the Eleusian mysteries did not simply use psychedelics. They used other sacred practices, which are also in India, and they're being done today, that simply allowed the person to explore what was their true nature. When we go beyond the physical, but through the physical and through the Kundalini. So this was done through breathing, through meditation, through understanding the nature of our sublime body, our mystical body, which comes through the physical body. So Dance with Angela here, that's what I teach and share and explore. I'm doing the workshops Dance for Joy to give us a more fun way to relate to it so we're not so serious about it. In the Eastern and Western practices that looked at Ambrosia and Amrita, that's what they're sharing at the sublime level of our energy body. And so any of you who practice meditation, who do movement, who do healing work, you're going to listen and feel your body this way. And so I just want to give you some background, because these practices are ancient and people are doing them now without realizing how they're an extension of these ancient practices, and also how now we're changing the energy body. We're experiencing our bodies more divinely. I discovered this through dance in my bedroom and in the 80s to new romantic music. So I want you to just know that you're discovering your bodies through whatever movement practice or meditation practices you're doing. And perhaps you can see yourself in some of these sharings of the videos, what might be moving through your body, so I can give you some context for it. So I wanted to read a little bit about this wonderful website I just Googled about Amrita, which is called a divine nectar, and it's related to the Greek tradition of Ambrosia, the food of the gods. So I'm just sharing from a website, I'll put it in the description later, about Amrita, which in Sanskrit also means immortal. But it doesn't mean we live forever in a physical body. It means that once you discover this bliss in the body, this nectar, natural joy in the body, you are living forever. And Amrita is a substance that's actually produced in the human body once the flow of Kundalini through that central channel becomes strong. And when I started dancing, that's what started to happen. I connected to this natural channel of energy. I call it the fountain, and it's the fountain of life that's constantly flowing. And I discovered it by accident. So you too could be having these experiences. So I'm continuing to read. The sexual fluids and essences are drawn up into the bladder through a process called natural Vajroli. From here, prana. So prana is a energy. It's not only physical. It's non-physical. It's subtle energies. Prana from these essences rises up to the Manipura or solar plexus chakra and mixes with other pranas. And often this is the reason the Manipura solar plexus chakra is sometimes called the cauldron in some traditions. A substance called SOMA is produced as a result of this mixing of the pranas. So SOMA, my teachers in India right now are releasing it all over the world to people. And it's an energetic substance which can be naturally produced in the body. So my conviction is that this was happening in ancient Greece in the times when the Eleusian Mysteries happened, also at the Delphic temple, and they were using that to create experiences for people to rediscover this natural ability to have experiences of an immortal sense of being alive. And tapping into why are we here? We are here to truly live. We're not here for anything else. We're here to experience true love, true joy, causeless love, causeless joy, and to experience that nature of the universe, which we may not experience in our daily lives, but it's here within our own body. So once this soma, which is actually a plant that used to be taken as well in the Buddhic traditions, Buddha was shown to take a plant to have this substance. So there was a psychoactive substance available through plants, yes, but it's in the actual body when you start to experience certain yogic practices. For me, it happened while I was dancing. Yes, to Duran Duran or something like that. I had experiences, but it was cumulative. So it wasn't, as that younger child, I was having these experiences of this energy force in my body. And then later, as I started to learn other mystical practices and to dance with different dance and world dance traditions, my chakras started to get power. And that was able to sustain this sense of the immortal elixir of life, which is not about living physically forever, but about being connected to that universal sense of our life force energy, which is in every life form in the universe. So the etheric substance of SOMA, the non-physical SOMA, travels through the system of our subtle energy pathways in the pranic body. So in the nadis, in the chakras of the body, the 1,000 chakras in our body. And once that SOMA reaches the head, it's transformed into Amrita. So it's a flowering in our crown chakra and our third eye chakra. And then the Amrita can trickle down into the mouth. Right now in India, our teachers are actually doing this with people in a wonderful program, which I'll link in the description as well if you want to find out more, because people are getting it in their homes online right now. I started to experience this in different dance forms, but it wasn't consistent. Right now, my teachers in India are doing consistent practice, and you can have this in your home. And the Amrita, I'm reading from the webpage now, can bubble up into the higher chakras, the crown, third eye, and the chakra at the back of the head called the Bindu chakra. And when the Amrita comes out the higher chakras, it will trickle down the head and into the face. And it feels like drops of oil, honey as it comes down. The Amrita is then reabsorbed into the subtle neurobiology to be reused. It's blissful, intoxicating, and it's one of the fruits of yoga. So a lot of this energy gets lost through sexual fluids and sexual activity. So sometimes people are saying that spiritual work's about not having sex. It's not about that. It's about how you see the sexual activity and how you also complement that with other yogic practices. So it's our perceptions about our bodies. And we need to nurture the fruits of the subtle body as well as the physical. So the Elixir of Life was about nurturing these fruits of our subtle bodies. And dance has been an ongoing practice for thousands and thousands and thousands of years, where we discovered this. All world cultures celebrate this. If you have a great group cultural dance, you can watch them and you'll feel the vibration. You'll feel the elevation of our subtle bodies with a celebration of the physical. So all of these traditions were given to us from the dawn of times to celebrate this elixir of life. The purpose of life is to live, to celebrate this unique experience of being both a physical being with a spiritual essence, and how wonderful it is to experience the joy of that life. So I'll put a link to that description that I've read to you about Amrita. Any of you who might have any experiences of the Ambrosia element, the Greek and the Western traditions of this form of lifting up our prana and experience that fountain of life, please contact me, because I've been more trained in the Eastern traditions, and I've simply discovered it through dancing in my bedroom and then being trained by other mystical teachers and experiencing cultural dance, which I share in Dance for Joy. How do we combine all of these wonderful tools, Qigong, Sufi, just feeling each other's vibration through healing and body-mind centering techniques to feel the energy of our bodies and to listen to each other's bodies? And how do we have this as a joyful expression to feel the joy of being alive? That's what I'm sharing in the Dance for Joy. And you too may be able to access this as well. Some of you might want to do it with the program that my teachers have in India called 74K Diksha Yagna, and I'll share a link for you in the description as well. And we can, in that program, experiencing it right now through the energetic form of SOMA that's being downloaded. And it's a miracle that's happening right now on this planet. So I do have to share that with you. If that resonates for you at all, please check it out and send me a message or put a comment in the video, because I can hook you up to get more of that SOMA in your bedroom. And you won't be like me as a 7-year-old having to find my way through dance to discover this elixir of life and to understand what the purpose of life is, to experience that true bliss and causeless joy and love and causeless peace. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe, put a comment, and I look forward to sharing more in these video blogs about the dance and how I discovered the elixir of life. And I look forward to hearing from you as well.